The Los Angeles Lakers' recent playoff exit exposed a glaring issue that's been lingering for some time now. The absence of a true starting caliber center who can make a consistent impact on both ends of the floor. When they faced the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round, this deficiency was brutally exposed. Minnesota came into the series stacked with size and defensive prowess, boasting two solid starting centers in Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid. Gobert, a four-time Defensive Player of the Year, has long been a nightmare for opposing offenses with his rim protection and rebounding dominance. Meanwhile, Reid, fresh off being named the sixth man of the year in 2024, provided a valuable spark off the bench. This twin tower combo wreaked havoc in the paint, shutting down the Lakers' interior game and making it nearly impossible for Los Angeles to establish a foothold inside. The result? A quick five-game series that sent the Timberwolves advancing to the Western Conference Finals, while the Lakers were left watching from home. Looking back at the Lakers roster during that series, the starting center Jackson Hayes hardly made an impact. Despite being the designated center, Hayes played minimal minutes in the first four games and was completely sidelined in the decisive Game 5. His physical tools, size and athleticism, are promising, but his overall game still feels too raw to trust him in crucial moments. The Lakers' attempts to patch the center position only underscore their weaknesses. Maxi Kleber, who was sidelined for the entire regular season after undergoing foot surgery in January, barely featured in the playoffs, logging fewer than 5 minutes in Game 5. This forced the team to rely on small ball lineups, often playing forwards like Rui Hachimura or Dorian Finney-Smith at the center spot, but those lineups failed to contain the Timberwolves' dominant frontcourt. The Lakers' center troubles have been a talking point since the playoffs ended, and naturally, speculation about how to fix this glaring weakness has intensified. One of the more intriguing proposals comes from NBA insiders who suggest a trade package that could help the Lakers acquire a legitimate center to stabilize the position and provide a much-needed presence in the paint. The trade market for big men this offseason isn't flush with easy options, especially considering the Lakers' financial situation and luxury tax concerns, but there are potential paths forward. One proposed strategy involves moving a mid-level salary, similar to Maxi Kleber's contract or the amount owed to reserve point guard Gabe Vincent, combined with a non-guaranteed contract of Shake Milton for the next season. This package could be used to acquire Dallas Mavericks center Daniel Gafford, whose contract is worth around $14 million. To make the deal more attractive, the Lakers might have to include a young player or draft picks, such as Dalton Knecht or some future draft equity. This type of move would allow the Lakers to upgrade the center position without taking on excessive long-term salary commitments. Interestingly, Dalton Knecht's name comes up as a possible piece in this puzzle. Knecht had already been traded by the Lakers earlier in the season, after showing flashes of promise during the first half. He was part of a deadline deal for Charlotte Hornets center Mark Williams, but when Williams failed his physical with Los Angeles, the trade was rescinded. That meant Knecht returned to the Lakers along with a future first-round pick for 2031. However, despite his return, Knecht fell out of the rotation by the end of the year. His three-point shooting remained a positive aspect of his game, but overall, he struggled to make a meaningful impact at this level. Looking beyond Gafford and Knecht, the pool of available veteran big men that fit the Lakers' budget is limited. Some of the better options on the market include players like Brook Lopez, Al Horford, Clint Capella, Luke Cornett, Daron Sharp, and Precious Akayawa. These veterans bring a mix of experience and defensive skills, but the challenge lies in matching their contracts under the Lakers' salary cap constraints. The mid-level exception available to Los Angeles may not be sufficient to secure any of these players outright, which forces the front office to either hold on a Maxi Kleber or explore trades for players earning similar or lesser amounts. Maxi Kleber's situation is particularly complicated. Although he was sidelined for most of the season due to injury, he is still under contract and carries a significant salary. The Lakers have to weigh whether to keep him on the roster and hope he returns to form or trade his contract to create space for a new center. If the Lakers can find a partner willing to take on Kleber's salary in exchange for a player or pick that fits their rebuild, it could open the door to bringing in a better fit at the 5 spot. But this is easier said than done, especially in a market where quality centers with manageable contracts are scarce. All of this paints a picture of a Lakers team at a crossroads when it comes to its roster construction. The lack of a dominant center cost them dearly in the playoffs, and the offseason now demands strategic moves to correct that imbalance. Whether the team opts for a trade package involving a mid-level contract and young talent or keeps Kleber while targeting veterans within their financial means, the priority is clear. The Lakers need to secure a reliable presence inside to compete with the top contenders in the West. The question remains how aggressively Los Angeles will pursue this upgrade and what the final roster will look like when the new season tips off. The front office must balance financial realities with the desire to build a championship-caliber squad, and the center position will be at the heart of those decisions. For Lakers fans, the hope is that the lessons from the recent playoff disappointment translate into decisive action that strengthens the team's interior defense and rebounding. Because if there's one thing the Minnesota series proved, it's that size and defense in the paint can make all the difference in a postseason run. As the offseason unfolds, the Lakers front office finds itself navigating a tricky landscape. The urgency to bolster the center position is clear, but the path to acquiring a true impact player is filled with obstacles. The salary cap constraints loom large, limiting their ability to pursue the big-name centers who might otherwise transform the team's interior defense. This is a team that, just a few years ago, boasted the dominant presence of Anthony Davis, but now must reinvent itself with a new core that can protect the rim and control the boards. The glaring absence of that dominant anchor was most visible against the Timberwolves, where every possession in the paint became a battle the Lakers often lost. In recent seasons, the NBA has seen a trend away from traditional back-to-the-basket centers to more versatile, mobile big men who can switch defensively and contribute to spacing on offense. However, when it comes to playoff basketball, having a true rim protector and rebounder remains invaluable. Rudy Gobert exemplifies this style of center, combining elite defense with the ability to intimidate opponents inside. The Lakers' failure to match that level in the playoffs put them at a severe disadvantage. Looking forward, the question becomes, which route will the Lakers take? Will they swing for a deal that includes young assets and draft picks to bring in a player like Daniel Gafford, a younger big man with potential but still some question marks? Gafford has shown flashes of promise during his time with the Mavericks, providing energy and shot-blocking ability. His contract, while not small, might fit within a package involving Gabe Vincent's expiring deal and Shake Milton's non-guaranteed contract. However, adding Gafford would still mean the Lakers have to figure out how to integrate him into a roster that already has several young pieces competing for minutes. Dalton Connect's role in this equation adds another layer of complexity. Connect's shooting ability from beyond the arc is appealing in a league that increasingly values floor spacing from all positions, including big men. Yet, his overall game remains a work in progress, and he struggled to secure consistent playing time even when healthy. With the uncertainty surrounding his development, the Lakers will have to decide whether he can be part of their future plans or if he becomes a trade chip to help facilitate other moves. Given that Connect was involved in a failed trade earlier due to the physical exam issue with Mark Williams, his status remains somewhat unsettled. This uncertainty underscores the challenges of building around young talent who are still finding their footing in the league. Veteran options on the market also present an intriguing, albeit limited, set of possibilities. Players like Brook Lopez, Al Horford, and Clint Capella bring years of playoff experience and solid defensive skills, but their contracts might exceed what the Lakers are willing or able to absorb under their current financial structure. Others like Luke Cornett, Daron Sharp, and Precious Achiuwa are younger veterans with upside, but the Lakers would need to weigh whether their skill sets align with the team's immediate goals. Each of these players offers different strengths, whether it's shot blocking, pick-and-roll defense, or offensive versatility, but none are slam-dunk solutions to the Lakers' problems. Financial considerations will heavily influence the Lakers' approach this offseason. Managing the luxury tax burden is critical, as the organization must balance spending to remain competitive with maintaining enough flexibility to make future moves. Trading away players with sizable contracts, like Maxi Kleber or Gabe Vincent, may free up room, but comes with its own risks and challenges in finding equitable exchanges. The Lakers' front office has a history of making aggressive, calculated moves when necessary, but this situation demands precision. Overcommitting to one player or a long-term contract that doesn't pan out could hamper the team's chances of returning to championship contention. Meanwhile, the development of the existing roster continues to be a factor. Players like Jackson Hayes still hold promise, and if he can refine his game and gain confidence, he might emerge as a more reliable presence at center. However, relying solely on internal development feels risky given the Lakers' championship aspirations and the immediate need to shore up the frontcourt. The playoffs exposed how much the team missed having a dominant big man, especially when facing opponents who boast strong interior defenders. The lesson seems clear. Adding a proven or high-potential center this offseason must be a priority. For the Lakers, this offseason is not just about filling a roster spot. It's about redefining the team's identity on both ends of the court. A center who can protect the rim, control rebounds, and contribute offensively would dramatically shift the balance of power. The team's small ball experiments have shown some moments of success, but playoff basketball often requires a more traditional defensive anchor. Finding that player, whether through trade, free agency, or internal growth, could be the key difference between another early playoff exit and a deep postseason run. As the front office evaluates trade possibilities, they must consider not just the player's talent, but how he fits into the Lakers' culture and long-term plans. The team is still centered around stars like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who demand support from their teammates to maximize their impact. A reliable center who could defend the paint and grab crucial rebounds would take pressure off these stars and allow the Lakers to execute their game plan more effectively. It's a balancing act of chemistry, finances, and performance potential. This offseason could very well set the tone for the Lakers' immediate future. The urgency to fix the center position is undeniable, but the process will require patience, smart decision-making, and a bit of luck. Whether they can pull off a trade involving mid-level contracts and young players or find a creative solution to bring in a veteran big man remains to be seen. What is certain is that the Lakers' front court needs significant reinforcement if they hope to compete with the top teams in the Western Conference and chase another championship banner. The spotlight will remain on the Lakers as they navigate this crucial offseason. Fans and analysts alike will be watching every move, dissecting trade rumors, and speculating on how the team plans to reshape its roster. The pressure is on the organization to deliver a solution that addresses the glaring weaknesses revealed in the playoffs. In the highly competitive landscape of the NBA, the difference between a contender and a first-round exit often comes down to those key roster decisions made in the summer. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. In a surprising revelation that has sent shockwaves through the NBA community, Alex Len, the seasoned center, has expressed deep regret over his recent decision to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. The statement, which has quickly become a hot topic among fans and analysts alike, sheds light on the unexpected challenges the player has faced since joining one of the league's most storied franchises. Alex Len's admission came during a candid interview where he opened up about his experience with the Lakers, a team known for its high expectations and intense media scrutiny. "I regret signing with the Lakers," Len confessed, a phrase that immediately caught the attention of the basketball world. The veteran center, who has played for multiple teams throughout his NBA career, appeared visibly frustrated, hinting at a disconnect between his expectations and the reality he has encountered in Los Angeles. The Lakers, a franchise synonymous with success and championship aspirations, seemed like a perfect fit on paper. However, Len's comments suggest that the reality has been far from ideal. Sources close to the player suggest that limited playing time and a lack of clear role within the team's rotation have been significant factors contributing to his dissatisfaction. For a player of Len's experience and skill set, such circumstances can be particularly disheartening. This revelation also raises questions about the Lakers' current roster management and coaching strategies. In a season where the team is striving to balance veteran leadership with emerging talent, Len's frustration could indicate broader challenges within the locker room dynamics. The center's regret not only highlights personal struggles, but may also point to systemic issues affecting player morale and performance. Fans and commentators have reacted with mixed feelings. Some sympathize with Len, recognizing the difficulty of adapting to a new environment, especially on a team with as much pressure as the Lakers. Others speculate that this could be a wake-up call for the franchise to reassess how it integrates new players and manages expectations to maintain a cohesive and motivated squad. Len's candidness is unusual in the professional sports world, where players often maintain a positive public front despite internal frustrations. His willingness to speak openly could spark important conversations about player satisfaction and the mental toll of professional sports at the highest level. It also sets the stage for potential changes in his career trajectory, whether that means seeking a trade or finding new ways to assert his value within the Lakers organization. As the Lakers continue their campaign, all eyes will be on how the team addresses this unexpected development. Will Alex Len find a way to rekindle his enthusiasm and impact on the court? Or will this regret mark the beginning of a new chapter away from Los Angeles? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. This revelation has added a new layer of drama to an already intense NBA season. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.